Hi, I'm Rebecca Brand, and this is the XDRIER Dehumidifier. This model is Max 260p. The way XDRIER has created this dehumidifier, it runs with very low energy being used, saving you a lot of electricity. Technically, it has an R32 refrigerant in it, which is eco-friendly. The pump is efficient, and the motor is efficient with the way it brings the air in and processes the air to get the humidity out of your air. And in normal operating mode, it is really quiet. I can't even hear it. Check this out with my decibel reader. It's at 30.2 and then it goes to low, which is meaning there's nothing audible it's listening to. It's quiet. I had my XDRIER on at 40% and it's completely off because it's reached 40%. We don't hear the fan. I'm going to touch the controls, and to bring the humidity down, let's go down to 30% to get the fan to go on. It's at 30%. And now let's check the decibels with the fan on high as it's trying to bring the room down to 30% humidity. It's in the mid-50 range for decibel. It's still very quiet. I'm talking right through it right now. You can hear that fan on. It's quiet enough with the decibels that you can have a conversation over it. It's not going to disturb you watching TV or having conversations with your family, and it won't wake the baby. For instance, a normal voice like me talking right now is in the 80s range. It's quieter than a person talking because my voice is in about the 80s range. So waking up the LED, you just bring your finger across it. It's going down to 30% humidity. It's at 40 right now, but another comfortable level is 50. Anywhere between 30 to 50 is what is recommended for comfort with the amount of humidity in your airspace in your room. You can use a timer and set the timer. Let's say you want it on for 3 hours because you're going to be only using your room for 3 hours, and that's when you want it. It'll register the timer is on, and then after 3 hours, it'll automatically turn off completely. It has a measurement as well for grains per pound of dry air. It is telling you the amount of water vapor in the environment right now, which is at 42%, which is grains per pound of dry air. That's what that icon is for. Many times your basement is below ground level and you need to pump it up and out of your house into the yard. That's a great feature in this XDRIER dehumidifier. Not all dehumidifiers have that feature of having the pump right in the dehumidifier. And here's the drain icon. If you hold this for 3 seconds, it'll have a pump to draw water up a hose like I have here at the back of my house where I have a very wet basement. I'm able to drain that water up and out because you might need to get it above ground level to drain. For your basements, for your home, your commercial, or your industrial spaces, this is a way to get it from those low-lying places with all that extra humidity so it can get pumped out into a garden, for instance, or other types of drainage systems you might have at your property. And it has a lock icon. By pressing and holding that for 3 seconds means the kids can't come and change your settings. It's locked. And if you want light, it has an ambient light button. So let's press that on, and you might enjoy having some ambient light in your room, which is a great feature because your dehumidifier might be in a dark basement. You can always see from the ambient light where it's at. And that ambient light from the XDRIER dehumidifier, it's not just for good vibes. It also reflects the current humidity levels. When it's green, it's going to feel good to be in that space. When it's orange, that means there are higher moisture levels, and red will indicate the highest moisture level. As you glance across the room, you can instantly see how well your XDRIER dehumidifier is working to keep your air fresh and dry. Many parts of the country, it's very uncomfortable to be in wide open spaces in a home because of the stickiness you get certain times of the year with all that humidity. This XDRIER dehumidifier can dehumidify a house up to 2,600 square feet. That's a big house. Or commercial or industrial space too. It's that powerful. Let me show you the drainage option I use when I'm rolling it around my house. There are 3 different kinds of drainage options. For my home, I like that the tank is right here. You can just open it to drain it. And it has a handle, so you can pick it up and go drain it in your sink. And when you're done, down goes a handle, and it slides right back in so easily. It holds up to 1.05 gallons of water, and it will automatically shut off if it fills up. Depending on how humid and how long you run your XDRIER, you typically would have to drain the water about 1 time a day. For extreme climates, you're really going to want the hose to drain the water. It has an excellent AHAM rating. That is the industry group of the Association of Home Appliance Manufacturers, AHAM. With that AHAM rating, it will get rid of 90 pints a day, which is 13.5 gallons of water a day. That's powerful. This XDRIER dehumidifier is a multifunctional appliance. It will remove 190 pints, which is 28 gallons. At full saturation, at full power. That's really powerful and gives you a very comfortable room environment very quickly because of that ability as a multifunctional dehumidifier. I like that it's portable. It moves around really easily. I even put this underneath my house. Let me show you. I have an area underneath my house that gets really damp. In fact, I keep my important boxes of storage covered here with this tarp. There is so much moisture, even with these plastic boxes that contain my very valuable collection of prints of photographs I have of my family that I've had for decades. This is the only place I have to store these things, and it has so much humidity down here. When I go down to get these photos and to look at them, I open these boxes and I get worried that they're going to have water damage and mold. And in fact, they have shown signs of that. I've lost a number of photos due to the mold and humidity down here. That has been such a shame. It was about time I put my XDRIER down here. This is exactly the place I need a dehumidifier in my property. As you can see, we have the stairway. This is the lowest part of my house that's built into the side of a hill. So all the moisture from the dirt underneath my house finds its way into this storage unit. I was so happy to get my XDRIER down here. Now let me show you how I hooked it up. It comes with a very thick polyurethane tubing. It was really easy to install the tubing onto the back of my XDRIER. Here I am doing that. You just push it right on in. It fits snugly. Now this method I'm showing you is for gravity drainage. My XDRIER fits flush with the door, so bringing it out the door is just fine. Now what I'm going to do though is I'm going to drill a hole on the side of the door, and that is going to be for the tubing. I will put the tubing through that hole on the side of the bottom of that door, and it's going to drain just right down my hillside. It goes into the plants, waters the plants. It's happy going that way. That's my gravity drainage plan. But some people might have a need for a dehumidifier, or they have to bring up the water to grade level and pump it out. The XDRIER comes with a very special hose and connection. Let me show you how you do that. You fit the hose onto the back, and it has brass fittings, and it will create a 100% airless connection, so you can have a pump pumping out your water from the top of that drain tube. You connect it securely, but I got a wrench out. I wanted it even tighter, so there would be absolutely no leakage of suction power. I got the wrench out, and after I connected it, the tube just goes right up to where you would have your pump. Straight up would be fine. If you wanted to, there is a large water tank on the back. It holds almost an entire gallon of water, 0.95 gallons. And depending on the humidity in the air, this could fill in maybe a week or 2 weeks, depending on where you live and what type of humidity issues you have. After it fills, to pull it out, it has a handle, so it's super easy to pull out. The quality is so high, it is easy to slide out. It's not going to get snagged, and it fits right back in when you're done emptying it. It's very well designed. But for me, I really like the way I've hooked it up so I don't have to come down to this part of the house and check it. This is all set up for me with that hose. That's what works for here underneath my house. With the XDRIER, I know my documents and my photographs are going to be in a mold-free environment like never before underneath my house. And when I need to, I can move it to my laundry room too. I have this laundry room, and many times laundry rooms are in the basement. A laundry room can put out so much humidity between the washer and then the dryer as it's drying. Even if you have a pipe going outside, it can steam up a basement fast, and that can lead to lots of mold. The XDRIER is great to put in laundry rooms. Now here, I have a drain underneath my washing machine. There's a drain tray as well. A very simple solution for me was to raise my XDRIER a little bit above grade so there would be a gravity flow right into the drain underneath my washing machine. Now this is the way I've set it up, but you get the idea. Having the hose from the back going straight into a drain is the perfect solution so you don't even have to trade out the water that the XDRIER's dehumidifier will gather. That way, you don't have to pull out the water tank in the back. It will automatically drain down a drain you might have within your laundry room or any place in your property that might have a drain taking out excess water. This is such a simple solution for a dehumidifier in all kinds of compact places, whether they are subterranean or not. Any place in your house, like a laundry room, that gathers extra humidity, the XDRIER dehumidifier is a great choice. I'm showing you how I can move it and roll it around on my carpeting here, but let me show you it on my kitchen floor. Kitchens often get a lot of humidity from all the things you might cook there. Look at it spin here. The canisters are high quality to give it great swivel factor. Whee! And with that swivel factor, it makes it easy to move it from one room to another or one work site to another. And at 51 pounds, it's easy even for me to pick up and move around if I needed to. And internally, with that environmental R32 refrigerant, if this were to get below 60 degrees and any frost were to get on the internal coils, it goes into an auto defrost mode, so you don't have to worry about that. It will remove the frost from the coils before going into the dehumidifying mode again, which means it can work in warehouses and industrial space that are cold. I love my XDRIER dehumidifier by Aloe Air. And besides keeping me and my family comfortable in a room, it is also going to save my precious treasures of books that I keep near me in my home. This is a Julia Child's first edition. I don't want any damage happening to my pictures, my books, and I want to be comfortable as well as my family. When you order your XDRIER, it's delivered right to your door. The packaging is secure with strapping. I put it on my kitchen floor. Here is the big cardboard box it came in. I opened the box, and the first thing I saw was the installation and operation manual. I took out the layers of the packaging. It was really designed so no damages would happen during shipping. It's a heavy-duty 50-pound machine, so the packaging was important for a safe arrival to your home. Here it is right out of the box. On my counter, I put the hoses for the drainage and the operation manual. The hose on the left is the thinner hose, and that's to pump the water out of the machine. The one in the center of the screen is for the gravity drain. Here is the back of it. And what we see here is the filter where it's going to draw in the air with the humidity. Below that, we see the electrical cord. And right in the center of the back are where you're going to put your drain solution. There are two choices for that. And the very back panel is for the tank that holds 1.05 gallons of water. The electrical cord can be neatly wrapped up in the back. And here's close-ups of the drain systems. The one on the left is for outgoing gravity-fed drain, and the one on the right is the attachment for the pump style of draining. Here's a close-up of the casters on the bottom. They're heavy-duty, high quality, and that's just going to make it easy for you to roll around surfaces. Here's the top of the XDRIER. It has the controls and the display. And every so often, you're going to want to clean the filter. Let me show you how I do that. Here is how you take it out. There is a rear air inlet grill. It pulls out just like this, and now I have it out. And I could clean it with water. That's an easy way to clean it. You have to let it dry for 24 hours. But my fast, quick way is with a hand vacuum. Here I am cleaning it with that. It just takes a few seconds on each side, and it's clean. And then back it goes. I'm putting it right back in and snapping the lid right back on. Clean as a whistle and lickety-split fast. This high-capacity dehumidifier is XDRIER model Max 260p. The link to get it is right below in the description box, so click that link to get yours. I'm Rebecca Brand. Thanks for watching this video. I hope you subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified of my next video. And let's keep making great recipes in life. And today's recipe is for comfort and coolness with your XDRIER dehumidifier. See you next time. Now I'm going to figure out what recipe I want to make next for my icon friend, Julia. If you like this video, here's some over there, including some of my recipes I've taken from my favorite chef, Julia Child, right there.